Hey. What's up, ladies? Sorry, I'm texting my dad at the moment. What's up, bitch? What's up, Jody? How's ladies doing tonight? Sorry, I'm running late. Got to watching TV show. You know how that goes. Where's my music not playing? Thank you. Ooh, it's really loud. Yay! Feel better now? Or now you got to figure out where you're going to put all of it. Hey, Neener Beaner. What's up, sister? Half of the boxes. I've probably still been working on the first box. Hate my fingernails. Alright. 8:09. What do you mean you can't hear me? Everybody else seems to be hearing me just fine. Can you hear me now? Do I need to put my headset on? Can you hear me now? I'm sure you can. Now can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? It's showing I have a mic. Thank you, bitch. You're the only one I need to talk to anyway, you and Jody. Do I need to keep the headset on? Or does Nina just need to go off and do her thing? That's probably her nice way of saying she don't want to listen to me tonight. Oh, good. Do I need to keep the headset on? Oh, I have no doubt about that, Karen. Probably on those little bottles I gave her. Alrighty, y'all ready? Surrendering Hope by Adaline Winters. Heroes are made by the path they choose, not the powers they are graced with. Tony Stark. For the invisible heroes, I see you. Or you just need to stay off of it. Oh, I have no doubt about that. She already tore up one. I had to get her a different one. All right. I'm ignoring you guys now. I'm going into reading zone. Let's hope my daddy and my brother stay quiet now. Chapter 1. Natia. Here's some advice. Let the Taurus win. All right. I'm a Taurus. So we let me win. It makes me happy. An earthquake shakes the ground, and my home groans in protest as a beast roars his fury on my lawn. My body trembles from shock and fear. This creature, whatever it is, oh, good. There's lots of sleeping in it. We like to sleep, eat and sleep, and just sit on our butts and growl like an old bulldog. That's pretty much what we like. Hold on, I'll show you. Probably just messed up my nails. That's all right. See, an old bulldog. That's what we do. We just sit back and not too bad. All right. Is it a series? Missed that part. My body trembles from shock and fear. This creature, whatever he is, will bring down my home like the big bad wolf. Only the wards are keeping us safe right now. I swivel around the room, taking in the stark and paling faces of Aiden, Z, and Duncan. Oh, yes. Natia, nay, yeah. I can see where she was probably naming her after me. Bitch. Bitch. Come on. You guys used to never, I used to never have to wear this. What the hell? Okay. Did you hear me when I said that, Nadia, nay, I could see where she was naming the character after me. I swivel around the room, taking in the stark and paling faces of Aiden, Z, and Duncan. What did you do? Z asked as I snatched the shirt from Duncan's hand and covered my nudity. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. Is this Polly? Are these three guys her significant others? What did you do? Z asked as I snatched the shirt from Duncan's hand and covered my nudity. What did I do? Good question. Gave in to Arkin, offered him part of my soul for him to rip it out and stamp on it all over it. Aiden twitches the curtain. A frown settles on his face. Is that Arden? Is that Arkin? He looks different. I don't want to look. Secrets have just turned our lives upside down. He opened the jar. Okay. My ears pop like we're descending on a plane. The air stills in the room. Pandora, will you present yourself before me now? A huge voice booms in the room. I should have went like this, shouldn't I? Pandora, will you present yourself before me now? A huge voice booms in the room. The mugs on the stand rattle together. All three protectors narrow their eyes on me. Or else, I whisper. There is always an or else. I can't hear you guys. I don't have to need the ear thing on. Or else I will slaughter everyone in that house. I will make it last for weeks, and I will make you watch. Quiet. Quite the charmer you picked, Z mutters. My eyes squeeze closed. It's not him. You're delusional, he mutters. There's no time to explain. I trust the monster at my door will shred my friends apart for fun. What stands out there is pure evil. I take a step towards the door. Duncan grabs my arm and tugs me back. You will not sacrifice yourself for us, he grits out. I'm scared, I whisper to the floor. Hey, Vincey Lou Who. Hey, Reese. Hi, Mala. Damon, get better, baby. Hey, Billy. I don't know if I said hi to you too or not. Lord, you guys are all of a sudden coming in here like crazy. He takes me close as a loud boom rattles the windows. Boom! Aiden drops the curtain and impels further. We need somewhere no one will find us. I have a place. Get your go bags, Duncan says, handing me off to Aiden. Make sure she doesn't do something stupid. He strides toward the guest bedroom he's taken up residence in. Z frowns at me before following Duncan. Aiden gets a tight grip on my hand and returns to curtain twitching, his mouth falling open. I rip the curtain open. Zach, Jed, Barney, and Nathan are bombarding Arkin with bolts of power. Jed's is an awe-inspiring pure white. Evil Arkin roars and locks gazes with me. A manacled grin tugs at his lips. I'll be seeing you soon, Pandora. Nathan launches something silver from his palm. It slides over Arkin and he collapses to the floor, an awful grin still plastered on his face. Of what? Oh, the new voice. That's the monster that's out on the lawn. I don't know what it is. It could be Godzilla, dragon, polar bear. I don't know, but it's big and it's huge and it's making everything rattle and it has a deep voice, a booming deep voice. So, yeah. I grab my bag from Z's outstretched hand, or Aiden drops my hand just as Duncan grabs my elbow. Hold on, Lux. The world fades and the dizzying blackness which accompanies Duncan's teleporting surrounds me. We land in a large cave. I glance around and after a minute close my gaping mouth, fold my arms, lock eyes with Duncan, and state the only logical conclusion. You're Batman? It doesn't say what it is. I don't know. It's a big critter. It's all I know. It's a big varmint, big something, big bad guy. And when he he makes things rattle. Anyways, fold my arms, lock eyes with Duncan, and state the only logical conclusion. You're Batman. He huffs a laugh before snatching my emergency bag from my shoulder and striding toward one of several tunnels at the rear of the large living space. He snaps his fingers, causing flames to leap to life from gold, ornate metal candle holders, which line the stone corridor. Show off, I mutter, as we take a left into an enormous bedroom with a California king bed outlined with white gauzy drapes. This is your bedroom, Locks. Duncan points to an arched wooden doorway. Bathroom. I'm next to the right. Z will be on the left and Aiden across from you. I fold my arms across my chest as he drops my bag on the bed. You're surrounding me, I accuse. He mimics my pose and leans against the wall, crossing his ankles. You forget. Our role is to protect you, and we haven't done a good job so far. But that changes as of now. He punctuates this with a pointed finger at the floor before pushing off the wall. I'm going to get the others. Stay in the cave. In fact, stay in the bedroom. He pops out of existence. Oh, the joy of being able to teleport. Wait, I can do that now too. Less than an hour ago, my identity as Pandora, yes, that Pandora, was revealed, much to the surprise of myself and everybody else. Apparently, being an ancient mythical person comes with a healthy dose of amnesia. Duncan appears with Z in tow and disappears again as I plant my ass in the middle of the bed. Z staring at me like he's never seen me before. What? I snap. He shakes his head and stalks out of the room, his rucksack shifting with his firm muscles on his back. Duncan reappears with Aiden and strides out to show Aiden and Z their rooms. Lying on the bed, I stare at the candles flickering on the rustic chandelier. I'm Pandora, not Natia Waterford, badass secret government agent, defending the human race against supernaturals with a weakness for an unknown being by the name of Arkin Reinhardt. What are the odds that on the night I let him in, the revelation that I'm mankind's downfall sweeps the world from under my feet? The guys march into the room one by one. Sitting up and climbing off the bed, I pat Duncan on the chest. Why don't you show us around and then we can debrief? He grunts as he grabs my hand. Z takes point behind me. Guess they're being serious about their protector roles. Duncan leads us back to the enormous cavern, letting Aiden and Z take in the massive living room. Comfortable, worn, worn burgundy leather sofas surround a heavy wooden coffee table, whilst a large TV set sits anchored on the stone wall. Massive shelves of DVDs and books line one wall. An L shaped kitchen sits in one corner of the room with an island delim- delim- I hate this word. With an island in the area whilst I'm skipping that word. Here, I'll type the word for you. I know what it is, but I have a hard time saying it. There's the word. The area, whilst 10 tall chairs surround an oval dining table. But the defining feature in the 12-foot opening obscured by a waterfall. But the defining feature is the 12-foot opening obscured by a waterfall. Z and Aiden stand frozen with their heads swiveling to take it all in. So, you're Batman? Z declares, grinning for the first time since my naked ass appeared unexpectedly in my house. I've developed a weird, unintentional habit of being seen naked. That's me. That's me. You guys are lucky I wear clothes for this thing because I'm usually naked. Duncan shakes his head as I chuckle, and a wicked grin appears on my face. Can I call? Can I call you Bruce? Not. Oh, can I call you Bruce? Not if you expect me to answer. I know what it is. I just can't say it. I never have been able to say it. Oh no, honey. No, 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 no. It can be any day of the week. Actually, I would probably naked more often, but Big Daddy gets all frisky when I'm naked and that just gets on my nerves. I ain't got time for that shit all the time. See? Thank you, Vincy. Mike says he ain't never seen anybody strip as fast as I do. You'd think I had one of them Velcro outfits that just pulls off. Mini me, you don't know. Ha 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 ha. Well, she's young. She just needs to start on Fridays and then she can pick up the rest of the week later. That child in the summertime, especially, will run around naked. It's funny. She's getting big enough now, though. She can't really do that. But when she was younger, she used to do it a lot. All right. Duncan mutters over his shoulder, walking towards the waterfall. We follow, curious to find out his secret hideout location. He darts to the left of the streaming water and reappears on the other side. I step closer and find a concealed tunnel to the side which loops around the waterfall, letting me appear next to Duncan. I shield my eyes from the sunshine. The smell of the salty sea hits my nose, and the sound of waves crashing draws my attention to the water below. I like the waterfall. I don't like the ocean. Thank you. We are located a dizzying 200 feet from a rocky shoreline, crystal turquoise water foaming against the rocks. As it crashes, I feel like I got stuff on my face. As it crashes rhythmically into the cliff. Y'all have to deal with my bedhead too, because I didn't take a shower today, so my hair is what it is. Oh, that always does it. Potty training will always do it. The ledge we are standing on is located halfway up a sheer cliff with no notable path. A sandy cove to the left begs me to sink my toes in. Where are we? I ask. See, he even has a little wrinkle. This was like my Georgia that Sawyer that Sawyer's big sister had. She passed away a few months ago. Caribbean, Duncan explains. This is the safest place on Earth. The only way in or out of the cave is to be teleported. It's reinforced with wards which will mask our presence, making us untraceable. Z stands shoulder to shoulder with me, his gaze searching the endless sea, which gives Nadia time to explain what's going on. I turn toward him. You say this like I knew. He grinds his jaw. How could you not? Not here. Inside, Duncan instructs, pointing toward the entrance. As we fall inside, Aiden grasps my hand and gives it a quick squeeze. It will be okay, Nadia. I plant myself next to Duncan on the sofa while Z and Aiden sit opposite us. Z wears a scowl boy, I can tell she's British. Whilst Aiden tries for a reassuring smile, his still gray eyes tight with unease. Talk. Oh no, your naughty little Brit. I roll my eyes, slip my flip flops off, and tuck my feet under my butt. After the party, I went to Arkin's house, and Zach appeared with the jar, which was glowing, a sign that Pandora was close. They both suspected me, and when they found the key in my purse, it reaffirmed their belief. Duncan frowns. What key? I shuffle my butt on the sofa. When I was in the cave where we retrieved the jar, a star shaped key was given to me, which fits the bottom of the jar. Before you ask, I don't know why I didn't tell you. It felt like I had to protect it from everybody. But I was going to tell you. Duncan rubs my back, soothing away the sinking feeling of betrayal in the pit of my stomach, giving me the courage to continue. Arkin opened the jar and became possessed by whatever was in the jar. He threatened me, and I thought about trying to get somewhere safe. Seconds later, I appeared in the house with you guys. Why were you naked? Z asked. I raised my eyebrows. Why do you think? You have no idea how evil that child is. He's my biggest fan. Adorable as hell and mean as a hellion. Duncan clears his throat and runs a hand through his dark, unruly hair. Your shields are down. Your aura is glowing like a beacon for every curious supernatural. How did that happen? I scratch the back of my neck and avert my eyes. I need to be drunk for this conversation. Duncan tilts his head as Z barks out a laugh. You had sex with Arkin and his magical dick broke your shields. Aiden flushes, bless him. I'm not sure how he survives our crassness. Not sure his dick is magical, but something changed when I rolled my wrist. You know. Oh, good. At least you got off when you endangered the world, Z shouts, flinging his hand in the air. A low growl bubbles in my throat. Uh, let's get a few things clear. One, I didn't know I was Pandora. I have no memories of being anybody other than Natia. Two, I didn't mean to drop my shields. Three, I have only ever striven to protect people, never harm them. Three, I only have ever striven to protect people. I've only ever tried to protect people, never harm them. Do you know what or who has possessed Arkin? Aiden asked. I tilt my head and remember the cloud of obsidian which bled into Arkin's golden gaze and the clawing, oppressive darkness which suppressed Arkin's wild aura. Instinct tells me it's something old, evil, and dangerous. Where's the jar? Broken. Arkin dropped it. Duncan leans back into the sofa and rubs his hand over his face. Shit. So you let the genie out, and now you're saying we can't put it back in its bottle? Z states. To be clear, Arkin let it out, but yes, the jar is useless. Do you feel any different? Duncan asked, steering the conversation away from the argument Z's seeking. Yes? No? Maybe? It's like I'm connected to the world, tethered to every heartbeat on the planet. Wow, Aiden remarks. We need to figure out more. We need to figure more out about you and your origins, plus whatever was lurking in the jar and what the implications are for you in the world, Duncan says. Is that all? I quip. Also, there's the problem of Lawrence, Z adds, touching the pink scar on his neck where Lawrence tried to kill him. Oh, God, his eyes itching me, y'all. Well, of course, dealing with evil incarnate isn't enough. We have to add the Prince of Violence into the mix. Hell, let's send Lucifer an invitation. Seems cruel to leave him out of the party. Have no doubt, Nadia. Lucifer will know precisely what's happening, Duncan says. Jeez Louise, what's up with this eyeball? If y'all see dark circles under my eyes, don't mention it. Or the bags. Of course he loves Nene. Who Arkin is the dude? I agree, Vincy, definitely. If you haven't seen Pebble's new video, get with Karen or Vincy or Nina, and they'll give it to you. It's hot. Chapter 2, Natia. Taurus, one of the kindest people alive. Yes, I am. But can freeze hell with a glance. Yes, I can. Concentrate, Duncan says for the 70th time, his patience wearing thin. I fist my hands at my sides. I'm trying. I grind through my teeth as a bead of sweat rolls down my temple. We've been at this for 3 days, Duncan. Maybe teleporting was a fluke. He sighs from across the large living space. We've been through this. People don't teleport by fluke. Concentrate on my location and find the link to me. It's similar to when you communicate telepathically. Flashes of pain bounce in my skull, throwing off my concentration and making me wince. You're trying to teleport out of the cave again, Duncan states. Not intentionally. I grind out through the tiny knives of pain worn in my brain against the wards, preventing me from going anywhere but within them. It's like an ice cream headache. Ice cream. Excellent idea. I have to have ice cream every night. Stop looking at me like that, Duncan says. Like what? I ask, screwing at my face. It's the exact look you wear when you're about to gut a demon. Weird. I was thinking about ice cream. You were afraid the last time you teleported. You you were afraid the last time you teleported. Aiden chips in as he looks up from his laptop. Z's head pops out of a book to give me a hard, disappointed stare. I nod, terrified. And your thoughts were of getting to safety, Aiden asks. I nod, then shake my head. No, I was terrified one of you was going to be hurt. So your power came from the need to save others, not yourself. Aiden declares, like the nerdy analyst he is, even when assessing emotions. Oh, I gotta read this first book. Did I get started on this series? Did I read the first one here? Because I won't start a book. I mean, aside from here, I won't start a series until they're all written. Because I don't. It makes me mad to. Okay, I'll have to. I got it then. I'll have to go back and get it. Figure out which one it is. So your power came from the need to save others, not yourself. Aiden declares, like the nerdy analyst he is, even with assessing emotions. Again, Duncan says, pointing at the spot in front of him. Like shifting space and time is as easy as declaring it. Although he makes it look easy, I screw my eyes up and concentrate on Duncan, digging for the urge to protect him. My phone buzzes on the dining table in front of Z. He snatches it. It's Jed again. The world shifts and ribbons of color wrap around my body. Of the content feeling of being home warms my mind. I blink and arrive in front of Duncan. I let out a loud whoop and do a little victory dance. I did it! Suck on that, universe! Duncan chuckles as something warm wraps around me from behind. It's progress, but you need to learn to bring your clothes with you. I glance down. Yep, naked as the day I was born. Thank you very much. Awesome. Told you it's a habit. I swaddle myself in the blanket Z has placed on my shoulders and sigh at the sight of the still ringing phone displaying the 58th missed call from Jed. You should answer, Z says. No, I state, swiping the reject button. I can't read tonight, and chucking my phone on the table. I'm not ready to face anyone connected to Arkin yet. I'm not sure where his loyalties lie, and if evil Arkin has corrupted the rest of his team, it could be a trap. An unfamiliar ringing erupts in the cave. I frown and twist to search for its source. Aiden taps his laptop and glances at me. It's Charlie. He's been updated. The large TV screen comes to life, revealing Uncle Charlie, his silver hair sticking out at odd angles. Grandpa sits next to him. Are you safe? I ask. Why, hello to you too, sweetheart, Gramps says, his lips stretched into a warm smile. We're in a SIP safe house. Sorry, let me get a different voice here. We're in an SIP safe house. There is no safer. Uncle Charlie states, the Supernatural Intelligence Protection, or SIP, is the secret government. Oh, I think I do remember the parts of this. Is the secret government organization we work for, which protects humanity from supernatural creatures. Not true. Oh, not true. Duncan's lair has enough room for a few more sidekicks. Uncle Charlie shakes his head and touches his silver mustache. We're pursuing dangerous leads. If someone follows us, it won't be back to you. My safety shouldn't be at the cost of your own. Gramps chuckles as Uncle Charlie sighs. It's not only your safety at stake, Natia. We don't know your true powers or purpose. We don't know Arkin's intentions. Evil Arkin, I clarify. Their heads bob in agreement. My sanity lies in separating out the evil creature which has clawed its way into Arkin's form versus the powerful being I fell for. In their headquarters, or something when they first went in there, was like a house or something, and there was various people in there, techie people, I remember. And she didn't realize her grandpa worked for the SIP or something. And am I not right? Okay, see, it's coming back to me. Their heads bob in agreement. My sanity. Oh, I didn't read all that. Anyway, we have a lead. Oh, anyway, we have a lead on a demon who might share information about what's inhabiting Arkin and your origins. Excellent. When and where do I meet him? They blink at me as Zeke growls under his breath. You're not going anywhere. I need to fix this, I tell him, wrapping my growing ball of emotions in a calming light and letting them flow. I should take up yoga or meditation. You need to stay safe, Zeke counters. The blanket stretches as I pull it tight around my shoulders. I pace the stone floor. I feel like I'm going insane. I'll go insane if I don't fix this, or at least try to prevent the shitstorm that's bound to be on its way. Z folds his arms across his muscled chest, showcasing his tattooed arms. You have a death wish. She might be right, Aiden says. Everyone turns to face Aiden. I'm always right, but explain. Aiden points to his laptop. The legends of Pandora state that she has a compulsive need to protect mankind. It says if she tries to ignore this, it may affect her mentality. Ha! Told you I was right. You're you're pleased you have a compulsion to protect and serve mankind? That your thoughts and decisions may not be your own? Z asked. I shrugged. It's not much different from working for the SIP. Back in my room, I seek out my leather trousers and a tank top suitable for meeting a demon. Uncle Charlie promised to call back with a meeting place and time. I throw my beloved twin size swords on the bed as Duncan sweeps into the room. I'm not sure you will be able to take those, Duncan says, pointing at my weapons. I secure my whip around my waist, disguising it as a belt. Not all weapons resemble weapons, I tell him, and spring a blue fireball to life in my palm. Your control is improving, Nadia. Be careful not to give everything you have away. Surprise is the best weapon you have right now. My hand squeezes and the flame disappears. I grab a hair tie and yank my long caramel blonde waves into a braid. My badass persona takes shape like armor, and I breathe a little easier, pointing at the large portrait positioned on the stone wall opposite the bed. Who are they? Duncan follows my finger. Me, my sister, and my parents. My eyebrows creep up. I didn't realize you have a sister. A slight smile appears on his face. Ed, she died a long time ago, he whispers. I wrap my arms around his waist and lay my head on his chest. I'm so sorry, Duncan. Your parents? She sighs as he slips his arms around me, enveloping me in his arms and letting me breathe in the oranges and fresh linen scent. Dead. There's just me, Locks. Um, Tell Adaline that I'm rewriting her book as I read it. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be printed forever because what I say, nobody, get it. How long ago? Long enough for the pain to dull into an ache. Understanding his meaning, I nod. How long have you had the Batcave? He chuckles, stirring the hair on the top of my head. It's been in my family over 300 years. The wards are strong because each member of my family added and reinforced them over time. I pull back from my embrace and stare up at chocolate brown eyes. Wow, so this is a family heirloom? Stalks into the room and thrusts my phone toward me, the permanent scowl etched on his face. Charlie, he states. Releasing Duncan, I grab the phone. Uncle Charlie? Nadia, the meet is midnight tonight at Hell's Hole in New Orleans. Hell's Hole? Is that a place or a demon bar? Duncan says, pinching the bridge of his nose. Oh, goody! Target practice! I state, chuckling. It's dangerous, Nadia, but he's promised. Oh, it's dangerous, Nadia, but he's promised safe passage for you and you alone. Name? I ask. He goes by Ant. He claims to be Lucifer's right hand man. I'm not sure what his angle is, but it's likely giving his rank that he knows something useful. Uncle Charlie states, then it's worth the risk. Z fists his hands so tight I can see the white of his knuckles. You're you're going to get yourself killed. Whew. Good, bad, ugly. Chapter 3. I'll read this since I was running a little late. You guys better appreciate it. Nadia, Taurus, a loyal friend and a dedicated enemy. Let's just say, well, this particular Taurus forgives real easy, but she never forgets. Hell's Hole turns out to be located underneath. Excuse me. I don't know where that came from. Underneath one of New Orleans' many graveyards. I enter through a series of crypts connected by creepy, low tunnels lit by candles suspended on chandeliers. Duncan should visit and get decorating ideas for the back cave. The main chamber is decorated in swaths of deep red velvet. So, which graveyard? I've been to a few of them. The main chamber, an obnoxious throne of gold rests on a stage, no doubt waiting for the Prince of Darkness to grace it with his derriere. Scantily clad girls dancing in metal bird cages hang from the ceiling. The bad, ugly org at the door didn't even blink when I strutted up to the entrance, past the line of willing victims stretching around the graveyard. Z, Aiden, and Duncan sit in a suspicious, blacked out SUV on the periphery of the graveyard. The instructions for the meet were simple: come alone and don't come at all. It took me 2 hours to convince a pissed Z to let me go. A slender silver bangle sits around my wrist. It transmits my location and has a tiny panic button concealed in the clasp. I prowl the outskirts of the main cavern, taking in the various groups of supernaturals: vampires, succubi, incubi, who were eyeing the succubi like teenagers across the playground, trolls, and a bunch of misfits who could audition for parts in Supernatural. Halfway through my survey, the tension in the room shifts and the hairs on my arms stand to attention. I gasp as a hurricane of power sweeps through the atmosphere. Nobody else seems affected, and apart from the few humans who have entered, nobody new has appeared. At, as the clock strikes midnight, I perch on a stool at the far end of the long steel bar and peruse the occupants. The prickle of power continuing to skim across my skin as I wait for the bartender to take my order. He finishes serving drinks to a group of giggly girls with cleavage hanging dangerously out of their tops, then saunters over to me. He grins, a row of straight white teeth on display. What can I get for you, pretty girl? A smile pulls at my lips as I spin to face him. What do you have to offer? He leans on the bar, closing the distance between us, his hypnotic sea green eyes piercing mine. I hold his stare and work hard to keep my posture relaxed. For you, many things. Come back here and let me show you. My lips pursed to stop the laugh bubbling out at the obvious come on and offer him my hand. Nadia. He grasps my hand and twists it to the right, placing a kiss to the vulnerable skin on my wrist. A shiver works up my arm, followed by goose pimples. If you want formalities before I blow your mind, I'm Frank. My suppressed laughter spills out. Instead of being offended, he grins. Playing hard to get, Nadia? I like it. Pulling my hand out of his, I tilt my head. Hey, buddy, this isn't Tinder. This isn't a Tinder hookup. If you think introductions are playing hard to get, then you must target easy women. Or I'm that good. He winks as he twists to grab an unlabeled bottle containing transparent liquid. Next, he grabs a martini glass and pours the unidentified drink. I notice the star shaped scars on the side of his neck. Some kind of surgery? His aura indicates he's not human, but he's also not anything I've encountered before. The mash of colors is unique. He pushes the glass towards me. On the house. Here, little rabbit, consume the unidentified liquid and fall into my trap. I open my mouth to refuse, but I'm cut off by a deep masculine voice which vibrates through me. What's with all these deep voices tonight? Jeez. She's not here for you, Frank, the newcomer declares as he. Yeah, I know. I'm going with a Duncan voice, y'all. Get over it. She's not here for you, Frank, the newcomer declares as he slides onto the stool next to me and kisses me on the cheek. I startle and grab the bar as a zing of electricity travels through my body. If that isn't a sign of his power, then his inky, deep aura surrounded by gold is. Metallic auras depict an unearthly force. Arkin and his gang have this. Then again, so do I. Frank tilts his head in deference and spins around to tend to a pair of brunette girls who have the obligor- obligatory cleavage on show. I'm Ant, he says, sweeping his long midnight wavy hair to show silver eyes and cheekbones, which could cut glass. Not Natia, I croak, inhaling the scent of pure sin. I slow clap myself as I demolish my confident badass image. He smiles and shifts to face me. Low slung dark jeans outline his slim hips. His waist is encircled with a leather belt displaying a silver skull, and a deep red shirt does nothing to hide his toned body. He's the epitome of a bad boy rock god. A swirl of tattoos peek out from the collar of his shirt. An urge to follow them makes me blink in confusion. I snap my gaze to his and raise an eyebrow. Compulsion? Wow. Way to bring your A game. Plump, sensual lips split into a grin. Quit squirting it all over the place. You wouldn't have to worry about being thirsty. A test, Nadia. I wanted to see how your infamous shields hold up. I send a silent thank you to Duncan for helping me rebuild any mental shields. And he tilts his head and scans my body, taking in my outfit. Leather may be sexy, but there's a reason motorcyclists wear it. Although in this sweltering crypt, I might pass out. You don't disappoint. Well, apart from unleashing hell on earth, he rolls his eyes like I made a mistake a kindergartner wouldn't make. I chuckle. This time, it wasn't my fault. Anyway, isn't that a win for you guys? He shakes his head, shifting his dark hair across his shoulders. Hell is precisely where it should be. The status quo is important for balance. There's that word again, balance. So it wasn't only humans fighting for it. However, not only have you unleashed the beast, you've gifted it one of the most powerful beings in existence to inhabit. Lucky for us, someone took precautions. I frown. Precautions? He runs his fingers along my arm, causing my hair to stand on end from the trickle of power he leaks. He lifts the same fingers against his lips. My eyes track the movement. You have spirit. You're going to need it. I'm going to need it. If you need him stopped, why can't you do it? A small frown appears above his dark eyebrows. It's forbidden. It must be you, Nadia. That's your purpose, your destiny. My destiny is to be a human chow for the last evil. He smirks. You're so much more than human, Nadia. You never were, but your ingestion of the etir poison made you stronger, faster, and more likely to succeed in this war. Etir is the poison of the gods I got stabbed with a few weeks ago and was lucky to survive. So I'm a weapon of destruction for whatever climbed out of my jar and buried itself in Arkin. He nods. You need to be smart and playing the game 3 steps ahead of everybody else. This isn't just good versus evil, Nadia. This is a war of the gods. By some miracle, I keep my face blank. Gods, as in plural. Do you think this thing is a god? He sighs as if dealing with a child and not a grown woman scrambling to keep up with her beliefs being obliterated and pieced back together. Research your Greek mythology. It will help you understand what you're up against. If Lucifer is so set on helping me, why isn't he here himself? A small grin tilts one side of his mouth. Eager to meet the king of hell. The lump in my throat sticks as I swallow and shake my head. Frank shoots us a curious expression from down the bar. So you're what? A liaison? Aunt nods. If you like. What about me? Pam. Aunt slams his hand across my mouth and a firm tug on my mind declares his intentions. I let his deep sensual voice in. Do not say your true name out loud. You are in enough danger. You're a weapon many would kill to own. What about Lucifer? Wouldn't he kill to control such a weapon? He wishes to direct you, not own you. Your freedom makes you far more powerful, and you already hunger for what he wants. The stuff the last evil the last evil back in the box? He nods. To ensure the survival of mankind. He doesn't want the mass slaughter of humans. His children need their food source. Between you and Nina, Karen, damn. I screw up my face. Gross. I guess it's the lesser of the two evils, and I can always handle Lucifer's last ass later. Cue mental slap. Future nefarious intentions should be hidden, not blurted out to Lucifer's right hand man. Aunt chuckles. Let's deal with our common enemy before you proclaim war on the king of hell, shall we? The enemy of my enemy is my friend? Indeed, but be careful. Not everyone in hell supports our plan. Dissension in the ranks? I believe you're acquainted. You made quite the impression. Lawrence? Fuck! Silver eyes peruse me from my blonde hair to my shit kicker boots. Hmm. If you're Hmm, if you're offering. Seems I'm dealing with Mr. Suave. Not today. My last time didn't go so well. Why am I telling him this? He raises both eyebrows. I see. He tilts his head as if studying my thoughts. Arkin, you fell for him? I redirect the conversation away from my personal life. And what of my true name? I remember nothing of who I am. Ignoring my question, he pursues his line of questioning. I can guarantee whatever happened with him, I would top it by a mile. I'm sure, but back on topic. You're questioning my skills. There's only one way to compare. No. No? Why me? Come now, Nadia. A sensual creature such as you needs to be worshipped and shown pleasure as she's never experienced. Oh, let me redo this. Come now, Karen. A sensual creature such as you needs to be worshipped and shown pleasure like she's never experienced. Pleasure was experienced. He sits back and grins. That was what triggered your true power, the connection. I felt the wave of power you released in the depths of the underworld. My mouth gapes open as he describes my climax as being out of this world. Oh, joy. Next, you're going to mention Arkin's magical dick. He throws his head back and laughs, the sound deep and making my skin flush.
I can assure you the magic came from you, not his dick. It makes me hungry. I bet you taste like heaven. His eyes flicked to my mouth. Let's stick to the plan of saving mankind, shall we? Why don't I remember who I am? I can't help you understand that, but the universe has its reasons. He lifts his hand from my mouth. You mentioned a precaution, I say. When the last evil was put into the jar, it was split into two. It was split into its spirit form and beast form. You have released the spirit form. Without its beast form, it's incomplete, a shadow of the true power it has. You need to find the other jar before it does. I blink and blank my expression. And when I have it, protect it. You need to contain him. Do you have the original jar? I shake my head. It's broken. Billy, that just leaves more of the heavenly angels for me. In a move so similar to Duncan, it almost makes me laugh. He rubs his hand down his face. Shit, he huffs. That changes things. Can't we put him back in the second jar? Maybe. His hand shoots out. Give me your phone. I quirk an eyebrows. I slide my phone out of my pants pocket. This is new, having a demon in my contact list. I don't know if I consider it a new low or creative problem solving. Demanding, aren't you? He chuckles and takes the phone out of my hand. You have no idea. He programs a number under ant, followed by a devil emoji, and sends himself a text before handing the phone back. Maybe I should start classifying my contacts with emojis. I've thought about doing that. Now I need a vampire friend and maybe a mermaid. Or are mermaids real? When you have the jar, contact me. I will have to rethink the next part of the plan. Alrighty, ladies. That's it. That's all my throat can handle too, y'all. Can't tell it, but I've been sick all week. Things are starting to bloom down here, and it's got me all messed up. Alrighty. So this is the second book. The first book was really good. You guys should go check it out so you can read the second book because it picks up where the first book leaves off. Good night, Vincy. Love you. Have don't beat my children, please. It's out already. Okay, then I can start reading them as soon as I finish up the book I'm reading. Can't remember if it's a series or not. Half the time I can't remember what I'm reading. So tomorrow night I've got what do I have tomorrow night? Tomorrow night looks like a rom com. I'm judging book by its cover, which we all know don't do that, but Since Forever by L.M. Moretti, a book about second chances. So it's either a rom com or a tearjerker. So yeah. Yes, Miss Billy. Buttercups, aka daffodils, are already blooming. Grass is starting to bloom, which is what's got me all messed up. Grasses bloom in February down here. A lot of them will start mowing about March. It won't be every week, but it'll be most weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad you enjoyed the new voices. Alrighty, Karen, go take you a cold shower with your toy. I know daffodils are everywhere down here. And if Jody, if you watch, you'll see them in a line in some really weird, strange places. Like, why does somebody plant them right there? And a lot of times it's because it was along an old walkway. There was an old house that sat there one time, or an old driveway, something like that. It's really cool. Yeah. All righty. Yeah, I think daffodils should be one of the South's number one flowers. I don't know. And they're everywhere, and they'll be here. You'll continue to see them probably through most of May, and all different colors, uh, shades of from white all the way up to yellows and some oranges. Not orange, but orange colors, peachy colors. So, alrighty, y'all have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night if I'm still alive with this head crap. Talk to you later. Love you. Happy reading.